Well, I finished that row, and sad to say the weather's really just coming in now, so I'm glad that I did fuel up and grease up earlier at lunchtime.
Flashback.
Well, the rains are coming, so let's have a lunchtime grease up, eh? Pop open the bonnet here, and I'll have to move my ute back and get that fuel sucked in. There's the calm before the storm. The other fellas hopped out and greased up earlier, and it's my turn to do the same. Just noticed that the hydraulic oil was a little bit low. It is just to do with the angle, but I better fill that up too. Give him a little top up, keep him happy. Now I've got the ute moved. I'll grab this fuel hose that I use, plug him in, like so. Unwind the bugger. Here we go. I have two quick couplers, one on the machine, one in the ute, like that. And I've got the same style connector for filling up the hydraulic oil, and then I'll just drop this end into the drum. Got two drums there of hydro oil. So now I've got the two hoses connected in. The top one's for the fuel, bottom one's for the hydro oil, going into the drum there. So we'll just flick this little switch here. That's for the hydro, and this one's for the fuel. While I let that fill up, I'll take my bar oil over to the harvester head here, and we'll fill him up too. Yeah, take off the bar filler cap. Well, I only just got the bar oil cap off, and the fuel stopped, which is good. It means that it's done, all filled up. So is the hydro oil. So that's an empty drum now, and we've got, we're up there on the level now. I'll put a little bit more in from this other container. We'll be good to go. Nice and full now. We'll go back to greasing up and oiling up the head. Put that cap back on. Make sure there's no pine needles in there, like that. Screw him on. Give him a nip up with the shifter. Now we'll start greasing up the harvester head, the 30 plus nipples that get greased every day on all the moving parts, and we'll remove these sticks here too that get jammed up in there. So let's do that. So one of the best things about the 415 head is that you can access everything grease nipple wise and bar oil paint with the head standing up. On the old 480 heads, you had to have the head laying down to fill up the bar oil, then you had to stand it up again to grease the internals. So it's a really good setup with the 415 harvester head. I'll just show you through the grease nipples. So I couldn't get this stick out, so don't mind me, that stick's still staying there. But I got these ones out. We've got measuring wheel, grease port there, and the ram is here. We've got the feed roller cylinder grease nipples there for the arms. We've got top knife pin grease nipples, one there and one in underneath there for the top and bottom. The opening and closing ram for the top knives. We've also got the base of the cylinder nipple is up in under here. The outer cylinder for the feed rollers. The lower knives are down here. There's the cradle swivel pin, head tilt up and down, ram, hose junction swivel. We've got the index link, got 4 on each side of there. We've got rotator nipples, and then we've got other swivels up there, but we only do them once a week. So they're the nipples that needs to be greased on the daily. I now got those drums put away and the fuel hose wound up. I leave it in the back of the bonnet to save space in my ute. I put the hydraulic one in the ute just because I'm hardly ever getting that in and out. And we can put these covers back on. Blue's for fuel, black is for hydraulic. And we can close the bonnet and see how that weather's coming along. Before I close the bonnet and put the machine away, I'm definitely going to move my ute because at the moment it's sitting on that real red soil, and the amount of rain that we've got coming at the moment, it's not going to fare too well on that, so I'll put it on this nice new rocked road. Now, you've always got to find the silver lining in life. We don't have any haulage today, but my ute can stay on the nice rocked road and not be in the way of the trucks, so winning. So it looks all nice out there, but the weather radar paints a very different picture. We are in this sort of area around here, and that's a fair band of weather coming towards us, so yes, I'm glad I got that done. At the moment it's saying it's 22 degrees outside. I can deal with that sort of weather. Bit of blue sky still about. You wouldn't think that there's a storm coming, but I don't know. Let's find out. The sun's still shining and the wind's picked up a bit. You can see that cloud there moving along at a rapid rate. It's not far away. Now, I'm not saying that I doubt the weather app, but it may be misleading me just a smidge. We'll find out. Well, this is definitely the calm before the storm. The wind's come to a pretty much complete standstill and the temperature's dropping and it's getting dark. So I reckon the rain's not too far away. I was hoping it would last another hour or so I could be in my ute nice and dry, but not to be the case. So let's see how long until we get some water on the windscreen. It's really setting in dark here now, so I'm going to bang my lights on like this. I can see a bit better.
End of flashback.
Well, I finished that row, and sad to say the weather's really just coming in now, so I'm glad that I did fuel up and the grease up earlier around lunchtime. I think I've timed this absolutely perfect, which doesn't normally happen. I can hop in the ute, drive home, be nice and warm. Well, we got the rain last night that we expected. We got about 35 mil here. So ground's pretty wet. I've had to knock off the folder for the day. Hopefully it can come in tomorrow if we don't get too much rain today. Fingers crossed. They're only predicting a couple of mil today, so hopefully we've already had it. It is slightly drizzling here at the minute. It's not too bad. Hopefully that's all it is, and we get a bit of sunlight to dry out the roads. But until then, we'll be able to keep harvesting. It's not too wet to harvest. We'll just drop our slash and make a nice slash mat. So one thing I didn't really mention in yesterday's video is this block is full of forks, double leaders, multi-leaders and sweep. So that little end piece that I cut off there is just getting rid of that butt sweep off the end of the log. I thought I was going to get a saw log out of that tree, so that might have been a bit of a waste of an offcut, but it's better to try and get the saw log. And we're just cutting small saw log and pulp in this block. They wanted us to try and get some posts cut, but the wood's quite brittle and wobbly, being that there's a lot of forks, not getting that proper form. So the fence posts are a bit of a no-go. So there's a nice little bit of a saw log, and here's a nice little bit of chip log. We call it pulp, but it actually gets turned into MDF chipboard. Well, as you can probably see behind me, we've got a bit of fog starting to roll in, so I'm not sure if we're going to get the sunlight that we need today. But nonetheless, we'll see how it goes. We'll just play it by ear. Thanks for watching this video. I'm going to head off now and do a TikTok live stream, as I do most mornings at this time. So until the next video, I'll catch you later and have a good one.